I'm Reverend Spaceman, and this is the first Bluntcast. I got, don't have access to my wacky sound effects, but I have my two wacky sidekicks.
Well, hey, kids.
Stone from Vacation.
How you doing?
I haven't come up with persona yet.
It's Dave and Jordan.
Hey, everybody.
From Pasty Pale.
Yeah, that thing.
Feel free to check it out.
Because we have to be from something.
Yeah, definitely check out the Pasty Pale video on The Killing Joke featuring the viewers.
And not
Yeah.
us at all.
Props to Vincent.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
Vincent Adolfin.
Love you, man.
Business factory. He works. So, Blunt Talk is what this is about. The new Jonathan
Sorry if we
Ames.
lost you there.
Yes, I
Immediately.
forgot what we were doing. Oh, this was after dark. Sorry.
We don't have the alcohol yet for it. I've got it. Don't worry.
All right.
It's the new Stars show created by Jonathan Ames, executive produced by Seth MacFarlane, and created by Jonathan Ames twice. He created it twice.
I think he does
Starring
the
Patrick
thing.
Stewart. And we're talking about the first 2 episodes of it.
Were originally just kind of Stars put them out online. And the first one aired, as of this recording, last Saturday night. Second one airs tonight, so I figured we'd do 2 and 1.
Yeah.
Double feature.
Double penetrating.
Just for you.
We're double penetrating
Oh, yeah.
the news of this show.
We got the perfect lighting in here. The mood
We
set
got mood lighting.
just right.
Yep.
I wish you guys could see it.
I turned off my fluorescent lights, not because they cause background noise, but solely to get the mood right for all the drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Just all the robots in here.
I will say before we get going into the discussion, I probably wouldn't have even known about the show if it weren't for Patrick Stewart and you guys mentioning it a few months back. So
Yeah.
I will say it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't really think I would know about this show if
Yeah.
I didn't know about Bored to Death.
Another great.
Plus, I don't have stars.
Yeah.
Me either.
I think they're trying to
Yeah.
move
glad
in that
they are.
direction. Is to people are like, I got HBO, Showtime,
They
Stars.
got to catch up with HBO and Showtime.
It seemed like Spartacus. And
Yeah.
I don't know what else they have. But
Spartacus,
they're
Spartacus.
trying. Well, the prequel to Spartacus and those other 3 seasons.
It's Greg Sestero as Spartacus, right? Because he looks just like him.
Yeah, he took over after Andy Whitfield died.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
Hand motions really help. Can you get this on the mic? Just doing it. No, you don't make sound effects for my hand.
All right, so the first episode opens up with Sir Patrick Stewart, Walter Blunt, which is a great name for this character.
Blunt Talk, which is also
Yeah.
the name of his talk show.
Right here, right now. He's in a bar and drinking with probably the worst actor in the show, the bartender. But he kind of came off as just a disinterested bartender guy that just wants to make tips. So I get that by
More or less
being
true to
friendly.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah, it actually was a true portrayal.
Yeah.
For once.
take my word for it. I'm a bartender, even though I've never worked in a bar yet.
I thought you were a reverend.
I'm a reverend and a bartender.
Does that mix?
I have...
your congregation?
Nice pun there.
Huh?
The drink.
Thank you. I'm here all night.
Yeah, and then he after a great little cameo by Brent Spiner, a.k.a. Mr. Data, playing the piano.
I even missed.
Yeah.
I did too.
Granted, I've only watched both the... Surprisingly, I didn't just
I caught it the
watch
first
both
time.
episodes over and over and over again, but...
I caught it the first
My
time.
defense,
I'm
it does
ashamed
look
of you.
Pretty different.
Yeah, but it's still... He still sounds enough like him.
Well, when I rewatch it, I'll look out for it.
Okay. So then he gets a tranny hooker. Very Jonathan Ames thing. Yeah.
If you're a fan of Jonathan Ames,
Tranny hookers are
like Bored to
Shoot,
Death,
staple.
what was her name? I can't remember. It was something.
Giselle.
Yeah.
Bored to Death sort
I'm
of
sorry, Giselle.
eases you
Giselle.
in, but like, Blunt Talk just goes for it in
Yeah.
the dark
Oh, yeah.
recesses
Right.
of Jonathan Ames.
Yeah, which I like.
It's like
Immediately,
the show just starts out with a boom.
Yeah.
I was already engaged. And hooked with
almost insurmountable, as we'll get into in the second episode.
Yeah. Then we get the
Yeah, I don't want to
intro.
just do a
He gets a
description of the whole episode,
Yeah.
but just talk
kind of
about things
point
we
by
like.
point
it.
talking
Read my
about.
notes here.
Let's talk over each other.
Of course, whoever yells the loudest is correct. So yeah, after he gets
is
arrested,
the
the whole point of the episode, he's been arrested. He's trying to not get his show
With this
canceled and
tranny
not get
hooker,
fired.
And he causes a whole scene. And
She's
fights
not
cops.
underage though. They make him.
It
They
might
make
have
that
been my
very
favorite
clear.
line in the whole thing.
Yeah,
She's
When he's-
21.
He's talking to his team.
yeah. Seems great, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
not
sometime-
not thoroughly developed, but I like him.
Yeah,
No, I hope and think they will. It's just 2
sure.
episodes. They'll
Yeah.
get into it.
yeah, I could also see it. If the show goes on at least a couple seasons, you rewatch those episodes, you kind of see how different, or
It's already signed
how
up
they were
for
already
2.
starting
Yeah.
to evolve into the
Yeah,
what their character will be, which we don't know yet. But
Yeah.
you definitely see some potential there.
Yeah, definitely.
But that has been
Like
some of
s-
the few complaints that the show's been getting is the rest of the cast isn't all that well rounded. But it's
I
two.
mean, it's too early.
Yeah.
It's 2 to 4 episodes that have gone out
Yeah.
for reviewers and stuff.
I do like how his executive producer just spoons with him.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
It's you kind of already get a sense that these people they've been working together long enough that nothing surprises them.
Yeah, they know all his little eccentricities, which are many.
Yeah, another very Jonathan Ames type thing.
Well, it's very his not. Well, his name, Adrian Scarborough character, is manservant.
His man.
Which is a very interesting thing about Harry Chandler. I don't know if they ever mentioned his last name. On IMDb, it's Harry Chandler, which is the pseudonym given to one of Jonathan Ames' artist friends, who's an amputee, and made a prosthetic vagina for himself
Whoa,
as a performance art piece.
Whoa.
Huh.
And he goes by Mangina.
All right.
That's just a little weird.
He is my
background
man,
information. That's a
Gina.
reference to that. And he does.
Little Caitlyn Jenner here.
Yeah, he does like to reference his previous work, and his whole novel, Wake Up, Sir,
Was that the
it's
one I
about a man
read?
and his man's. No, that was his first
Oh.
novel, I Passed Like Night,
Okay.
which is very different.
Yeah,
Okay, it's
definitely you can tell it's the same guy though. Having read that book, seen Bored to Death, and then watched this, it's all
it's all
very
just kind of different levels.
yeah.
Read almost all of the stuff
I've only read that one book that I
that you
lost.
lost.
I've
It
read
was
that,
stolen.
What was it
Star
called?
Wars. You just
Yeah,
read
Star Wars. Yes, Star Wars. A
by
comic.
Jonathan Ames.
Yeah, Star Wars. A
I
comic.
would go see it.
Yeah, I would see a Jonathan Ames Star Wars. I'd read the book.
Jonathan
cool.
Ames actually did do a comic called The Alcoholic
Ooh. Actually, will probably
with an
look into
artist,
that then.
Dean Haspiel, who did the opening credits and all of Zach Galifianakis' drawings for Bored to Death.
Was
And put Jonathan Ames in a spider.
yeah, as a
You
therapist.
mentioned,
As a
one of
therapist.
these thousands of podcasts we
Yes,
Yeah,
one of the
we've
our
talked.
many listeners out there will remember that and email you that you've already mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, we can't mention the same thing twice.
No, not at all.
I will say the the trailer analysis for this is like my second highest video.
So this
Yeah, so I'm
This
gonna
could
keep
be the-
doing this.
Thank you, fans.
Third.
Yes, thank you, all 100 of you. Probably a little bit less. Some people watched it twice, but
May
thank
refresh it 5 times.
yeah,
I mean, I did that like 20 times. So.
That's what I do for our videos.
yeah. So yeah, his whole plot. I loved his plot to get uncanceled or to not get
Oh, yeah.
canceled. He bribes the network executive with his Jaguar, and B, he
Is that what Brian Williams did for NBC?
Yeah, he's sort of a. Not really even a Brian. I don't know if he's
I don't know who. Like,
sort of a Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
Except maybe more likable.
yeah.
You don't really get a good sense of like what the public opinion on him
I'd like to
is.
see more of that, which we might in later ones. But
Yeah.
yeah, his whole thing is to get the exclusive Walter Blunt interview. So he interviews himself by pre-recording questions,
Which he doesn't even remember doing.
Yeah.
Drugs he's on.
Yes.
which is great.
So he doesn't know what he's going to ask.
I mean, it's like no one should complain because
Is it?
it's not a fixed interview.
Yeah, it's really not.
You would think it is.
Yeah.
But it's not.
No.
His people at the control room are just pushing buttons for
Yeah.
each question. They just keep hitting why,
Why?
why,
Why?
why.
And he just breaks down.
I will not be
Why?
bullied by you, Mr. Blunt.
And of course, it works.
Yeah,
He's a comedy.
yeah. It's hard for a show to actually make me verbally laugh out loud when I'm watching it by myself.
Especially
And
a
this-
pilot as well.
Yeah, and that did it.
One of the best pilots I've seen, probably.
Yeah. Afterwards, yeah, he just
Pilots are fun.
pilots are difficult.
I think some of them are getting better these days,
Yeah,
more so
I
than
think it just has to be
yeah.
introductory.
because
But you also do.
you lose viewers so frequently now.
Yeah.
You know, in today's age, so it really does come out with
You have to come
that
out
good,
strong,
that hard hit. And
which they really do. If you want to get to episode 2, I still liked it.
I guess that's it.
Really hard to top that first.
Well, episode 1 ends with him presumably dying.
Yeah.
But
I
then
almost thought the whole rest of the show was going to be.
I kind of thought that
leading up
too.
to
I was
that.
like, yeah, they're
The
gonna
finale is hit. Yeah.
I mean, I would have been okay with that
Kinda
too,
thought-
but
Maybe I don't know if it was a missed opportunity.
We're 10
but-
episodes, right, for this season?
yeah, 10 episodes this year, then 10 next
Or
year.
even if that was the season arc.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of didn't think it'd be resolved
yeah,
that quickly. So.
yeah.
It wasn't that big
Just-
a deal.
He just wakes up after a song and dance number in his
Oh,
head.
yes, of course.
Episode 2, here we are.
Which almost had a totally different tone.
I know you weren't as big of a fan of it, were you?
Still
when
like
we
I didn't
initially
think,
discussed.
yeah, it wasn't as good. In watching it again, who knows what I'll think. But the initial viewing is definitely not as good as the first one.
I see what
Or
you.
coming out of the gate after such a
Yeah,
great
I still like
episode.
both. I like
no,
the
it's
first
still good,
better.
but
It definitely helped watching them so close together, but I see what you mean. The second one probably not being as good, or it wasn't as funny, thoroughly as funny as the first one was.
it's a good way to-
Yeah,
I think it's a fair way to put it.
I'm trying to think what else happens after he
Well,
Um,
there's a
back
whole
to
thing
life.
about I forget what the actor's name is.
before he goes
I think
back.
the first actor from Bored to Death to make a cameo appearance. He played the fake Jonathan Ames in an episode with plushies, as they call them.
yeah, yeah.
Probably the most memorable thing. I forget. I want to say that the actor's name is like Brett something. He's the bearded guy, kind of balding bearded guy. He was in the other guys.
You would
I
know.
feel like I
that.
see him in tons of stuff now.
You would know better
He's
than
that
I
guy.
would. Yeah,
He's
he's
that-
that
yeah.
guy from that thing.
Yes.
He's one of those actors. He plays a pornographer. Apparently, he's moved in next to Walter One, who likes to paint nudes
Yeah, Walter.
of his man.
Yeah, we-
Chandler.
Yeah, we're seeing in this episode. We see Walter painting Harry nude.
Impressive six pack, by the way.
Yeah, much
Harry
like
sport.
Stone Crandall.
Yeah,
Crandall's
yeah,
last
Crandall,
name. Yeah,
yes.
much like Stone Crandall. We don't see Harry's actual junk, but we see it in the painting, and it's
We're told it's quite impressive.
yeah. He ends up his neighbor fucks up the painting with a volleyball by just putting a big red streak across it.
Which adds to the painting.
Yeah, yes, it does. It makes
Makes the painting better.
Much more.
very artistic.
It's that extra pizzazz in it.
Yeah, that extra penis.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, this one is just basically he's going to cover a storm live. Second time in the series, Anderson Cooper gets name dropped.
Expecting a big cameo finale.
I hope so. It seems to be a thing to do.
Maybe he's just the only newsman Jonathan Ames knows.
Maybe.
I would
Walter
agree to
Blunt,
make a cameo,
yeah.
potentially.
Anderson Cooper. Well, if there any
It's like we had Bill
newscaster
O'Reilly initially, he
who's
backed
gonna come
out.
on, it would be Anderson Cooper or
I'd-
Geraldo. He'll do
Yeah.
anything.
Did he do anything, or that mustache do anything?
That's the mustache. It's on his face, so he's kind of obliged.
Yeah, but I think the mustache makes most of the decisions for her.
I don't know. And
I don't think anyone's arguing that.
when I moved to Frankfurt, I shaved my mustache and put it in a bag and gave it to someone.
I mean,
Yeah,
Canada.
those Canadians are crazy.
Yeah,
Tell
when
you
I
what.
moved to Frankfurt, Canada, from Kentucky, where I used to live.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Inch
yeah.
the accent.
Yeah. Not quite as south
Very
as
thick.
Stone Crandall, but yeah.
No, of course not.
Yeah, that actually did happen, though. I shaved my mustache and gave it to someone. My friend, I said, okay, you're Richard now.
Wish I could have seen this now.
Yeah. It was a sight to
Why did
behold.
anyone film this? We have iPhones, we have iPads,
Well, we
we
didn't
have
back
Galaxy
then.
phones.
I didn't have one back then.
Well, you should have one.
It's a
No,
blunt
no,
time.
man.
Yeah, the only video of that is in my memory.
Yeah,
Gotta
it's a
back
hole
that up,
in
man.
there now.
Gotta back that up.
I know. I'm working on it.
So yeah, there's a tropical storm coming.
Yeah.
And where? Texas, is it?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll say it's Texas.
No, during the episode.
I think so.
Yeah. That, I guess they need Walter to go out because that's the only story
Yeah.
that they're letting him do.
Yeah, basically. He's on a very short leash.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy. He's actually even being allowed to do a story.
I will say the scene. He misses his flight, by the way. I'm assuming you watched the episode.
In a
if you listen
classic,
to this.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Maybe put something in the
Yeah.
description.
All those
About
views.
spoilers. But, like, oh no.
This show that probably
Yeah,
not a lot of people are watching.
Very relatable public restroom debacle.
Probably the funniest scene in the episode for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely relatable.
Yeah, he's trying to put down a toilet seat cover, and every time he tries to sit down, the seat will flush because it detects the movement.
Yeah.
And he just can't get it. So he tries to make one out of toilet paper. It still flushes it down somehow. And I guess, we cut away. So I guess eventually he sits down and takes a shit off camera. I'm sure that's a deleted scene. It'll be on the DVD.
Yeah.
And then we cut back to him trying to wash his hands. And literally
Going down
just...
the entire line.
yeah, going down every sink on the counter. First trying to get some soap.
It's so real, though.
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
It's a little predictable, but
Yeah,
the relatability, I think.
And the fact that it's Patrick Stewart doing it, too, makes it... Because you get a few moments where a little bit of Avery Bullock peeks through in his performance when he just gets a little over the top.
I think
That's what I
that
was
is the
hoping
big
for.
get for most people on the show.
Yeah.
Is that it's Patrick Stewart acting completely
Yeah.
against character.
Yeah.
And he can pull it off.
He can. The only Patrick Stewart thing he really does is recite Shakespeare, and that's drunk on top of a car.
It's still funny.
Yeah. This isn't the audience for Shakespeare, sir. And he's like, it's not?
So they're trying to keeping him together.
So yeah, he misses the flight.
I don't know if that's going to be a future plot point,
I presume it is.
or if it's just a reference.
I presume it's naturally going to be a plot from this. I don't know.
In the episode where he loses his leg, I'm sure that's for it.
Yeah, because we just know that's going to happen. But yeah, he misses the flight. He's having an existential crisis with his crew. Presumably some spooning has occurred.
Most likely.
Not
Airport
confirmed, but
lounge,
yeah.
Deleted scene.
There'll be a lot of deleted scenes on this DVD Blu-ray. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
As well.
I presume there will be. And so they get the idea to just green screen it.
Where are they going to get a green
Wing
screen?
it, man.
now?
You gotta wing it. This is Walter Blunt, career on the line.
And they
But
try to...
Where do we have a green screen?
Next door neighbor's
Yes.
Pornographer.
Yeah.
Who refuses to move his production company despite harsh condom laws.
Yeah, that's great. And then, then they work it out because he pays him, and the guy's like, well, all right, but I want Harry.
He needs Harry.
After meeting Harry,
after his impressive six-pack, he needs
Yeah.
Harry.
And
Of course, Harry reluctant.
we learned something very interesting about Harry.
he
as well.
can't enjoy
Yeah,
sex.
yeah.
He experiences shame and expects punishment.
Very British.
Very relatable, too, obviously. Which kind of ties into something in the first episode where he's, beating Walter Blunt over the back with a towel. I'm not sure if that's related or if it's just they both...
One of those odd things that they do.
Yeah, which are very common in Jonathan Ames' work.
Yeah, very self-flagellation.
Yeah.
Presume that's what happening with Jake overseas right now.
Oh yeah, Well, I mean,
Fallen soldiers.
that's all they ever do in Europe.
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah. Shout out to Jake,
Yes.
who might be dead.
Might be.
At least for the next 2 weeks.
I mean, I hope not.
I mean, yeah, I don't want him to be dead, but
I hope,
Send
he
his
I hope he
body.
listen to this podcast on the flight home.
They'll
Yeah.
send parts of his body to different.
Shout out.
To our different filming locations.
naturally, and I might get something set up where I can reanimate his head just so he can talk. I mean, he'll say what
Why
I.
don't you just get that machine they brought Frieza back in?
Yeah. I'll get
And then
that.
Jake can go Golden Jake.
It's a little gauche.
You know,
You just gotta get the point across.
just keep it simple, Golden Jake.
Yeah. So,
Of course.
yeah.
Bad things happen.
Naturally,
Harry,
Bad things happen.
yeah.
and then naturally, once Harry agrees to do it, and they're all ready to go, they've got the green screen, they're about to film, they've got the fans and sprinklers and all that to make it more authentic.
He's got
Trying to film, and then the police or whoever comes.
the health department.
Yeah, the health department.
Yeah,
comes
shows
to
up.
inspect.
It was actually looking better than I thought it would. He had the water going and stuff.
Yeah. And that hat that he had.
Yeah,
Like, he was
that
just,
was awesome.
it's like, Walter, lose the hat.
He's just playing the part. He's Walter Blunt.
That's right.
Of course, they do all that for naught.
Yeah.
The
The
scene.
storm gets downgraded. I don't even think Anderson Cooper's covering it anymore. And then the health department shows up, and someone, who was it that they gave the box to, just frantically running around with condoms
Oh, yeah.
spilling out everywhere.
I don't remember who that was.
I can't remember either.
I guess
But it-
what happened after that? Was that about? That's probably
He
just the
sort
episode.
of-
Oh, we get another bedtime story.
Oh,
Tucks him into bed.
I knew we had another bedtime.
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, Harry's really trying to push the Quran on him.
Yes.
For whatever reason.
Both, yeah, there's 2 bedtime story scenes in this episode, by the way. We didn't cover one of them, but it's kind of bookends the episode with Harry reading.
Not with Adam Sandler.
Thank God. Kind of bookends the episode with Harry reading to Patrick Stewart, and like each time he's got a different stack of books, but both times the third choice is the Quran. Should I read this, or the Quran?
Walter says,
One of these days.
Yeah, one of these days. It's been a really trying day, though. Which I assume is just going to be a running joke throughout the whole series.
I hope so.
And he'll never read the Quran.
Maybe if
Maybe that
Harry.
last episode.
Yeah, maybe Harry will die like in the finale, and then he'll finally pick up the Quran and start
I'm
reading.
so wrong all these years.
Of course, that would be a perfect ending, but once the show, whatever, gets canceled after
Yeah.
3 seasons.
Yeah.
The show's not going to just go out smoothly. No matter how good it gets, it's got to be canceled.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Because
It's too brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, it's much like Bored to Death. Which,
It'll leave off on a massive cliffhanger that we'll never get to.
yeah, that movie still is apparently in production. I don't think it's going to happen,
done
but
with the script.
yeah, I don't think it's going to
Because
happen.
as of like a year or 2 ago, you only had like 20 pages left.
Yeah.
So assume at
Like
least
we-
the script is lying around.
Yeah. Well, like we talked about before, I'd almost rather just see like a backdoor finale for those characters given in Blunt Talk.
I don't know if it will, because Jason Schwartzman's already
Yeah, I don't think it
signed on
will,
for a
but
cameo that I don't think is Jonathan
Yeah.
Ames. I assume Ted Danson and Zach Galifianakis will appear at some point too.
yeah.
Will it be season 1?
Is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
We probably would have. Guys that big, you're
Yeah.
probably going to hear
Yeah.
what TV shows that
Oh,
would
yeah.
appear on.
Well,
Spread it out.
Jason Schwartzman, is that season 1?
Possibly. I think it's either late.
They've already announced
It's
it.
either
on
late
the
season
late
1.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even though it's been
Well, I think
signed on for 2 seasons, they haven't started
Yeah.
shooting.
well, I think they're filming it all together and just releasing
Oh.
it. Yeah, because they
That
said
makes sense.
20
Yes,
episodes.
It might be season 2, though.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jonathan Ames has even mentioned that in the press for the show. Jason is on the show.
Good. But yeah, like, I know it probably won't happen, but I'd like to see that. If we're not going to get a movie on HBO, which we'll probably...
I'd like Netflix to just pick it up for 1,000 more seasons.
That too. But if neither of those things happen, backdoor finale on Blunt Talk might be our only possible, like, 1 in a million chance
Only hope.
of happening, yeah. Because it could
Just see Jason and Isla Fisher, like, we don't care, we're married now. For anyone who saw season 3, and I guess show finale of Bored to Death.
No spoiler.
Spoiler for, like, a, 6-7-year-old canceled show? How long?
The thing with this podcast, people are
It was
going to
not
watch.
that long.
Was
People are
it?
going to watch this show, like
3
it.
years ago.
They'll watch Bored to Death, and they'll get a little surge
Yeah.
going.
I hope so.
That would be great.
As
That'd
of
be-
now, I still prefer Bored to Death, but that's not entirely fair.
Well, yeah, you can't
Comparing
really...
3 seasons
Only
to
2
2
episodes.
episodes.
Because there have been there have been episodes of Bored to Death that I liked about as much as this one, and ones I like better. So
Yeah, I was really
Yeah,
pleased with that pilot episode.
yeah,
Kind of hard to top that, really.
Yeah. So,
we'll see.
even if episode 2 did take a little step down, it still had its moments.
Oh yes, and
Still showing some good future episodes for the season.
yeah, and second episodes are usually not that good.
Yeah, it's hard to, you gotta do a lot to engage your viewers the first episode. So
Yeah,
just to
kinda
keep that
normalize
audience
after that.
yeah.
a little buzz about it, half season in.
Yeah, hopefully, the next one's probably going to be better. I'd say. I know nothing about it, but I'm just assuming that.
Every other episode.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll get like a thing with the Star Trek movies going for Blunt Talk. Every other episode is great, and every other episode is terrible.
I don't want to get to the terrible road yet. But
Hope not. I wish all these people well.
yeah, 2 episodes. So far, so good.
So far, so
I think we're positive.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Yeah, there's nothing really that signals to me that it's gonna be a bad show by any
There's no
means.
panic yet.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be. So.
great cast.
No, I mean,
Patrick Stewart.
if there was any complaint at all, it would just be rest of his team and the rest of the cast needs to be rented out a bit more. But that takes time.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
we said at the beginning of this, I think they're still just trying to get involved.
If you were to
Yeah.
binge watch this or something,
Yeah.
you had the whole first season.
It might be better made
I
for
might not
binge
even
watching
have-
too.
I
Really,
might not even have
It really
an issue.
did.
yeah.
But
And really, the only reason
episodically,
Walter Blunt is so fleshed out is because we know Jonathan Ames' characters well enough to say we know enough about this character.
yeah, I can't really watch it as someone that doesn't
Yeah.
know that.
And B, because Patrick Stewart, and he just kind of he brings a lot to any character he plays.
Absolutely.
I'm just glad he's in this
Yeah,
new role.
yeah. See him
Yeah,
on
I think
TV
he-
again is
something
interesting.
He seems,
Something out of the
yeah,
ordinary.
and he seems happy to
Yeah.
show a whole different side of.
Yeah,
So I wish more kind of established actors would do that.
really.
Maybe
Yeah,
not just a couple here. There's guys I've wanted to see over the years do something outside of the box.
well, there was Alec Baldwin on 30 Rock.
Yeah.
Did you watch that?
I've seen a few
I've seen it,
episodes.
yeah.
I've heard it.
I'm the only one
Good.
out of all of Pasty Pale that's actually watched 30
Yeah.
Rock.
I've
It's
seen it here and there.
We got
It's
some
alright.
family members that always recommend it to me.
it's one of those shows you really have to stay. It's better for binge watching because it rewards longtime viewers with stuff later on.
James Franco, apparently.
Yeah,
So you
Yeah.
find that-
Franco. I like
yeah.
Franco.
James Franco made an appearance. Tom Hanks made an appearance.
Oh.
Jim Carrey. Yeah,
I think we've
Two of my
sold,
favorite
I think we've
actors.
sold some.
these are all cameo appearances. They're not in every episode,
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately.
I'm
Okay,
not
well,
watching
I'm not watching.
I would love
What's
to.
the point?
I would love to see Jim Carrey do TV, but maybe 10
I
years
actually
10 years
that
ago.
being really good for him.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, after his whole comments about Kick-Ass 2, I don't want to support that kind of violence. I don't know if he's capable of being Jim
I think
Carrey
that was
anymore.
more just an overreaction to
Yeah.
something traumatic at the time, and now he might have something else to say about that.
I would hope so.
I think it's kind of just it was a knee-jerk reaction, and probably publicists in his ear and agents.
But yeah, everything gets blown out of proportion
It
these
does.
days anyway from
Yeah.
someone that has a little bit of popularity.
Like Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Just all of Caitlyn Jenner's been blown out of proportion.
Absolutely. But that's not what this podcast is about. We'll
Nope.
do that
That's
later.
for After Dark.
The
We
state
will-
of our nation.
Yeah. Bourbon, tears, faucets.
Faucets, of course.
But anyway, to wrap this
Uh,
up, because
I
I'm
guess
going to be doing the outros on the Bluntcast.
Sure, why not?
Beat me to it.
Yeah, I did an intro to one of the Pasty Pale podcasts, and I'm just hungry for power now.
You did a
You're
great
still
Jake
feeling-
impression.
You're still feeling
So,
Yeah, you did a great Jake impression in that Killing Joke featuring the viewers video, by
yeah,
the way.
thank you.
I didn't even know it was you. I thought it
Just
was
Playing
views up.
character.
Just get that views up.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you need to get more people watching that video.
Comment, like, subscribe.
Yep.
Yep.
Pasty Pale, Reverend Spaceman, all our affiliates.
Matastrophic.
Absolutely.
He's that guy that draws things.
Okay.
Film beef.
Film Beef,
Film
yeah.
Phil, officiated a wedding Jordan was at. Anyway, I think overall our thoughts are pretty positive in this. I think it's going to be pretty good going
Consensus, thumbs up.
forward. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Highly recommended.
I think
Go out and watch it, guys.
I would have to say
Shut up.
no. I'm a little more positive than Dave.
We're
Well, I
always a
think
little more positive.
I'm always a little more
one-time
positive.
listeners, that's obvious.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, I don't think they
Recording
see me
now.
very well.
Space.
I know.
Space.